You know what's worse than waking up from a nightmare? Realizing you're still living in one, especially when your entire life is being dismantled one missing envelope at a time, and the people around you have no clue. Yeah, that was me not too long ago, and I promise you, the story I'm about to tell is so wild, you'll either laugh out loud or get angry enough to check your own mailbox with a baseball bat. So, let's just get right to it. My name's Chase Elliott. I'm 42. Been working as an electrician in California for over 20 years, and I'm telling you, after a brutal divorce, I thought nothing could faze me anymore. But then, piece by piece, my mail started vanishing. Not junk, not pizza flyers, but the stuff that actually matters, like a passport renewal for my sister Emma's wedding in Hawaii. You know how rare it is to have something good to look forward to after your life goes sideways? Well, that hope lasted right up until I stood in my driveway, staring at an empty mailbox like it owed me answers. Passport. Gone. $800 in flights? Down the drain. My sister sobbing on the phone. I felt like the universe was laughing in my face. But it wasn't just about missing a vacation. 2 weeks later, I lost out on a killer job, senior electrical supervisor, $80,000 a year, benefits, company truck, the works. HR said they'd mailed the interview letter, but it never came. I called, begged, pleaded. No dice. Someone else got the job, and I was stuck watching my bank account shrivel, all because my mailbox had apparently become a black hole for opportunity. And the hits kept coming. My medical results, cardiac stress tests, blood work, the kind of stuff you don't ignore at 42, just disappeared into the ether. When you're waiting for news about your own heart, and the receptionist looks at you like you're crazy for not receiving your mail, that's when you start to lose it. Thing is, every day, the junk kept coming just fine. Coupons, credit card offers, political flyers, all there, like clockwork. But anything tied to my career, my health, my future, gone. That's when my brain, wired for patterns and problems after decades of running conduit and troubleshooting fuse boxes, started connecting dots. This wasn't random. Somebody was picking through my life with tweezers. So, I did what any slightly unhinged, recently divorced guy would do. I installed a security camera right on my mailbox cluster. Was it overkill? Maybe. Did my neighbors notice? Oh, you bet. There's Betty Walsh, waving from her window, Frank Scott giving me a thumbs up from his porch, and even Lauren Clark, our HOA president, who has a comment for everything, jogging past and asking if I was worried about porch pirates. I just shrugged and said, you never know. Fast forward to the next morning, and my phone pings with a motion alert. I open the camera app, expecting some punk kid, maybe a delivery guy with sticky fingers. Nope. It's Betty. Sweet, 70-year-old Betty, who bakes cookies for the block and remembers everyone's birthday. Out there fiddling with my mailbox like she's solving a Rubik's Cube. I'm floored. I confront her, and the poor woman starts crying, apologizing, telling me she's been accidentally taking mail addressed to her late husband because our addresses are so close, and her eyesight isn't what it used to be. For a moment, I thought I'd cracked the case, but something in her story didn't add up. That's when Betty, between sobs, drops a bomb. She's seen someone else, a tall figure in dark clothes, always at dawn, moving through the mailbox cluster with a set of keys, like they own the place. Not sneaky, not fumbling, just in and out, calm as can be. Betty thought it was official business, maybe postal maintenance, but it happened way too often, always right after mail delivery. The way she described it, I knew we weren't dealing with a random thief. This was someone with access, someone trusted. Immediately, my mind goes to Lauren Clark, the HOA president, who always seems to know what's happening before anyone else does. She's got master keys for emergencies, always popping up at board meetings with new rules and stern warnings about property values and safety. She'd even asked me, a little too pointedly, about my missing mail. Could it really be her? I wasn't about to accuse the most powerful woman on the block without proof. So, I upgraded my system. Motion sensors, night vision, the whole 9 yards. And I waited. Monday, just before sunrise, my phone buzzes. There it is, a figure in black, hoodie up, gloves on, moving like a pro, key in hand. No hesitation, just popping boxes open, plucking out mail, then vanishing down the street. But then the wind catches her hood, and for 3 unforgettable seconds, I see Lauren's face, clear as day. You ever feel your whole body go cold? That's how it hit me. The person lecturing us about neighborhood safety, dressing down teenagers about skateboarding too close to the sidewalk. She's been stealing my mail, and who knows how many other people's too. But why? That's what I couldn't wrap my head around. Lauren could get anything she wanted with her HOA badge, so what was she after? Next day, I confront her after her jog. Morning, Lauren. Interesting outfit you had on at 5:45 this morning. She doesn't flinch. In fact, she goes full villain, claims she's running security audits, and that I'm under investigation for suspicious activity. I show her the footage, and she barely blinks. She tells me my mail looked like financial documents, and as HOA president, she's obligated to investigate anything that could impact community reputation or property values. The audacity nearly knocks me over. Just then, Frank, the retired mailman, walks up. He says, "Calm as you please. Mail theft's a federal crime, Lauren. Doesn't matter who you are." Lauren glares at him, starts ranting about my illegal electrical work and unreported income. She's got files on everyone, she claims, and she's not afraid to use them. Now, it's not just about my mail. It's about privacy, manipulation, and this creepy network of surveillance Lauren's running behind closed doors. With Frank's help, I dig deeper. Turns out, Lauren's not working alone. She's tied to Victor Hayes Properties, a developer buying up neighborhoods by pressuring residents to sell below market value. And Lauren? She's getting a fat commission for every house she delivers. My missing mail, my inheritance notifications, even threats of IRS audits. All part of a strategy to squeeze me until I caved. I decide, if Lauren wants a battle, I'll give her one she won't forget. With Frank watching my back, I rig my mailbox with a harmless 12-volt jolt, enough to surprise, not hurt, and a spring mechanism that'll scatter the evidence everywhere. Sure enough, next morning, Lauren shows up in her ninja costume, slips her key in, and, snap, gets the shock of her life. Mail goes flying, papers everywhere, including my inheritance letter, Betty's old insurance documents, and Lauren's own blackmail files. Neighbors pour out of their houses. Some are horrified at Lauren's crime, but others look at me like I'm the real danger for wiring up a mailbox. Lauren, always quick on her feet, starts spinning the story, claims she was investigating my illegal activity and that I attacked her with a deadly device. Suddenly, I'm the villain. People whisper, some look away when I walk down the street. And Lauren, battered but unbroken, threatens to have me kicked out of the neighborhood at a special HOA meeting. What she doesn't know is I've been documenting everything: surveillance, recordings, paper trails. And, at the big meeting, I plug my phone into the projector and let the truth play out on the big screen. Footage of Lauren's black-clad mailbox raids, audio of her meetings with the developer, even her own words about using stolen mail to pressure residents. The room goes dead quiet. Neighbors realize how deep this goes. Frank stands up, lays out the federal penalties for mail theft, and reveals Lauren's commission contract with Victor Hayes. There's no more room for denial. When Lauren tries to flip it back on me, screaming about taxes, business licenses, dangerous devices, I just hand over my clean IRS records and legal business docs. Her last bullet misfires. The vote is swift. Lauren's out. Banned from HOA leadership, stripped of her power. The whole thing ends with her tripping over a cord, crashing into the cookie table, and, no joke, Betty's been live streaming the meeting the whole time. Within hours, the story blows up online. HOA president caught stealing mail, shocked by booby-trapped box, face plants in a punch bowl. Internet gold. 6 months later, I'm HOA president. The neighborhood's tighter than ever, and Lauren? She still lives here, walking past the same people she tried to ruin, forever remembered as the one who got greedy and lost everything. Victor Hayes took his schemes elsewhere, but I'm always watching now, always ready. And the best part? That taste of justice, knowing that for once, the good guys, the regular folks who just want to live in peace, actually won. But I'll tell you what, watching Lauren's face as her empire collapsed, that's something I'll never forget. So, what do you think? Does justice ever really win? Or do the Laurens of the world just find another neighborhood to wreck? Drop your wildest theory in the comments, and let's see who's lived through HOA drama as crazy as this. And hey, if you got a kick out of this mess, hit like, subscribe, and share where you're watching from. Who knows, maybe next time, the story will be about your neighborhood.